First date jitters. And I'm laughing because this really hits home for me. And this is something that if I'm honest, it's always been a point of humiliation. And I don't know if there ever was a point when I didn't feel first date jitters. I don't know if there was ever a time in my life that I actually loved going on dates. I can remember buying clothes for dates. I can remember buying makeup and doing my hair and getting jewelry and getting my nails done and doing all the things for the perfect first date, or preparing in advance. Like, okay, when I get to date or when I find somebody to date, then I'm going to have everything ready. I'm going to have everything prepared so that I'm not stressed out, so that I can be happier, so that I can really enjoy it. But I can't remember, even dates that led to really phenomenal relationships. I can absolutely remember feeling terrified. And I feel like I felt terrified for forever. Like, that never went away, and I didn't understand it until now, which for you guys, maybe this is not a big deal. But for me, it's a huge deal that I can even say this, because it feels like I talk to other people and they're like, oh my gosh, at first dates, I can't wait to meet him, or I can't wait to go out with that guy that I've been dreaming about for so long, and it's going to be awesome, and we're going to have so much fun. And I'm just like, why does this petrify me? It petrifies me like any other fear that people might have in their life. Like people who are afraid of heights, or people who are afraid of public speaking. It feels so terrifying to me that if I can cancel it, if I can figure out a way, like they've done something wrong, or they hurt my feelings on the phone, or they said a little something that I didn't like, then I will go for that and be like, I'm sorry, I got to cancel this date. Or let's say somebody stood me up. I would be devastated in one way, but also relieved about it. And, I think I got better with certain things. And let me know if you can relate to this, because it's something that has been a core point of shame. And I think the shame comes from fearful avoidant attachment style, which is something that I should have studied a long time ago. But you just kind of dismiss things when you don't really know what they're about. And that's an area that I should not have ever dismissed, because it's helping me so much to explore it with you guys. It's making it much better that I don't have to be on this journey of understanding alone. I can do it with you guys and kind of feel, and that's probably a codependent thing. Like, it's easier for me to deal with issues that you guys are dealing with than to deal with my own issues. And I can fix you, but what about me? So even though first date jitters, people may not watch this video because they think, oh, well, so what, who cares? That's not my issue. But for me, it's a huge thing. I've always hated first dates. I don't know how you get over that. I feel like on a first date, I cannot be myself. So I feel like, let's say we've been talking on the phone several times, they're probably going to get a brand new perception of me. Also, whenever I have been on first dates, I always get one picture in my head, even if I've seen a picture of them, or when the date happens and I see them, it's like I'm dealing with an entirely different person. Like a clown is sitting in front of me. I mean, it's like I project all these things on the person. It's like, who are you? Like, I don't even know you anymore. And it's not to be self-righteous. It's coming from a place of fearful avoidant fear and terror. Like, this person could hurt me. That's at the core. Is like, it's like trying to step out on water and thinking that I can walk on it. And I know that I can never walk on the water because I don't have enough skills, or, in my everyday life, I feel like people like me. I'm sure there are people who don't like me, but in my lifetime, I've had plenty of people to like me in a very natural setting. But that doesn't translate to dating. It's a place of terror. Like, I need this person to promise me, at least this is how I used to feel. I need them to promise me that we're going to be together forever. And that is so irrational and crazy. But if I don't have that, it's really hard for me to relax and get to know them, knowing how deeply I can be hurt, knowing how scary it is. Now I understand to tap into either my anxious side, because that's what I'm afraid of. I'm more comfortable with the avoidant side, but the anxious side, I hate that side. And I know it can rear its ugly head, and I can become someone that I am humiliated about, because I think fearful avoidants have a certain amount of pride in themselves where they don't want to make a fool of themselves. If they could be the perfect mate for someone and it meant that you weren't going to leave them, that you weren't going to break up with them, then they would go for it. But it's that freedom to enjoy the relationship when you see people getting divorced, or you see people breaking up, or you've broken up with somebody and you know how terrible it feels. It's like you don't trust yourself to handle it. And I think that's maybe the place that we fearful avoidants need to start with is, I will handle it. I will handle it. So you feel like you can't go through that pain. It's like free falling off of a cliff. That's what it feels like. That's what stepping into a first date feels like. That's what getting to a second date feels like. It's like, it could be even more terrifying. Like, I'm about to fall off of another cliff. It's like, if I can just get to date 4 or 5 or 6, but then it's like when you get to date 5 or 6, well, now this person is getting to know me even more, and I'm afraid they're going to find out I'm a fraud, that I'm not who they think I am. I don't know how long I can fake being perfect or trying to gauge what this person wants or who they want me to be, or oops, they told me they don't like it when I fix their plate and I just fix their plate again. Oops. So it's super like just getting through that first date. And maybe it's not fearful avoidant. You guys tell me what you think. Maybe it's something else. Maybe it's not fearful avoidant. Maybe it's social anxiety. But I really think at the core is, I am afraid of this person seeing who I really am and being disappointed or not being able to be perfect enough for their taste and them leaving me. That's the ultimate issue. And it's like I need, and I've done videos on this, I think a fearful avoidant, because this isn't about me, I'm really just giving some examples, but it's about in all of us. But I think a fearful avoidant female needs a lot of reassurance. And I think fearful avoidant men need a lot of reassurance too, but maybe in a different way, maybe in an encouraging way. Like, he brings you flowers, and maybe you hate flowers, but if you love flowers, then you're letting him know, wow, like, that meant something to me. So many people will accept flowers and just be like, they won't even say thank you. That's how reassuring is that? You want to reinforce the things that he's doing that you like. so that he can keep going. You know, he called you to make sure you got home safely. Wow, like that meant a lot to me. Thank you for doing that. He gives you hugs. You know, do you enjoy the hugs? Does that feel good to you? If it does, how can you let him know that you really like that? If he opened up the door for you, you know, can you walk into the door really cute? Like that makes me feel so sexy when you hold the door for me. So how can we encourage each other? And you know, male and female, how can we encourage each other? Because I feel like as the female fearful avoidant, you just need him to be consistent. Be consistent. Don't call once a week and think that's okay. Don't date her every 2 weeks and think that that's okay. It needs to be consistent. Can you call every day, even if it's just for a few minutes? Can you send a text every day, even if it's just for a few minutes? If you are feeling freaked out, like you need a little space or you need a little distance, how can you reassure the person without creating a problem that's going to take them out of who they want to be and who they truly are, where they're just acting out? Like, okay, now I'm in total freak out mode. I can never be myself because you told me that I need a break. I can't do this anymore. I need some time to myself. I'm overwhelmed. And you might be feeling overwhelmed, but if you get to a point where you need a little bit of space, how can you reassure the person? You know, I'm going to lean in. I'm going to send you a text every day while I'm getting the help that I need so that I can be the person that you need me to be. I really like you a lot, and I'm telling the truth. Like, I've never met anybody like you. These are the qualities about you that I think are special, but for some reason, I'm feeling a little bit freaked out in this moment. I feel like running away, and I don't know why I feel that way. And it's something that I have dealt with, period. So can you give me a little space to work through that? So it's about being honest with people. When we ghost people, we're not, you know, is it kind of our duty to each other to give the person what they need, even if it's not going to be with you, but to give them the decency and the dignity to say, this isn't working for me, and here's why. And does that make you feel even worse? Or would you rather be ghosted? Relationship or first date jitters, do you have them? I just want to know, like, tell me. Tell me I'm not the only one. Or am I the only one? So let's talk a little bit more about first date jitters. So you finally mustered the courage to go on that first date. Congratulations. But wait, what's that feeling? Is it excitement? Or did you just eat a nervous hedgehog? For the fearful avoidant type, a first date can feel like preparing for a high-stakes game show where all the contestants are your insecurities. You walk in, and it's as if every sitcom you've ever watched suddenly becomes your reality. Will they like me? What if I trip while walking to the table? Is my shirt too bright, or does it just scream, I'm trying too hard? You arrive at the restaurant and the ambiance is perfect. Soft lighting, romantic music, and delicious food, which you suddenly can't eat because you are so terrified. You sit down and the conversation begins. Your date asks,
So, what do you like to do for fun?
you freak out and respond,
I enjoy avoiding social situations.
smooth move, Casanova. As the date progresses, you might find yourself overthinking every little thing. Did they just laugh? Was that a genuine laugh or a polite one? Is there a difference? By the end of the night, you're mentally calculating the odds of getting a second date based on the number of awkward silences. But hey, the bright side is that you survived. Whether you bond over your shared love of avoiding eye contact or find common ground in your mutual fear of commitment, remember every first date is a step towards finding that special someone or at least a funny story to tell your friends later. So just try not to bring up your childhood stuffed animal collection. Save that for the third date. So, fearful avoidant individuals often experience anxiety in several specific areas during a first date. Number one, fear of rejection. They may constantly worry about being judged or rejected, imagining every possible scenario where their date might not be interested in them. Number two, social interaction. Engaging in small talk can feel daunting. They might overthink what to say, fear awkward pauses, or saying something embarrassing. Number three, vulnerability. Opening up about personal feelings or experiences can be particularly challenging. They may fear that sharing too much will expose them to potential hurt. Four, physical appearance. Concerns about how they look can heighten anxiety. They may obsess over their outfit or grooming, worried that they won't meet their date's expectations. Five, connection. The pressure to create a meaningful connection can be overwhelming. They might worry that they won't be able to relate to their date or that the chemistry won't be there. Six, expectations. The desire to impress can lead to anxiety about meeting both their own and their date's expectations, creating a fear of failure right from the start. Seven, future implications. They might think too far ahead, worrying about what a successful date could mean for future commitments, leading to even more anxiety. And eight, communication style. Concerns about how to communicate effectively without coming across as too intense or too distant can create additional stress. These areas can amplify anxiety, making the experience of a first date feel like navigating a minefield where one step could lead to emotional disaster. So, if you like to make me feel better or worse, you might want to put your first date experiences in the comment section. And if you struggle with love, then check out my book, Flip the Script on Love. If you have been in a relationship with somebody toxic, it may not be the attachment style. It might be that they're a narcissist. So I wrote a book about it. Check that out, The Workplace NaRCISSiST. And if you love learning about people like I do, then you'll want to read my book From ENFJ with Love about the 16 Myers-Briggs personality types. In the meantime, I'd like to humbly thank you so much. It means the world to me that you are going on this journey with me. And I am so happy that you're here. So please subscribe so that we can keep hanging out together. And I'll see you amazing people on the next video. Love you. Bye.